Good morning, everyone. This is Abhishek. I hope I'm audible, right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
you're
Yes, sir.
audible.
Hi, Abhi. Good morning.
Yes, yes. Okay, cool, cool. Yeah, we'll begin with the session today. So, in the previous session, we had stopped learning about we stopped in a phase where we are actually in the list actually. So, we'll start from there and in today's session, we'll be getting into the dictionaries, tuple, how to write a for loop, and how to write a if condition. And also, we'll be seeing the while loops. Okay. And if time permits at the end, we are going to write a small two pieces of code and then we'll end the session. So this is what I had planned for. But before getting into today's topics and few other things, was there any doubts or was there any clarifications needed in the previous session?
No, Abhi.
Okay, cool. So if there is no questions or doubts, we'll directly get into today's topic. Let me share my screen. Okay. I hope screen is visible, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, good. So we'll start from where we had left in the yesterday's session. So we were looking upon the how to slice a list and how to index the list. Okay. So a list is nothing but a collection in Python where we are going to store wide varieties of items, let alone be the strings or integers. Wide varieties of items we can store. Okay. So and I forgot to say yesterday that in the list what we are storing here, right? We it is not only the integers, it is not only the float or the boolean values. I can store any variables declared. Okay, so in the earlier part, if I had declared, say that I had say b is equal to 10 100, and if I declare that in the list I can store the variable b. Okay, and also I can store the another list inside the list, so which is like 1 comma 2 comma 3. So I can store like this also. Okay, so if I say what is there in A, it is it is 1, and the value of B will be printed over here. What is the value of B? I had declared 100 here, so it has been shown here as 100. And then it is the length of list of list. Okay, so I can store whatever we want, and when the how to get the items from a list is called as indexing. So where I'm pointing to one of the item and I'm getting the item using the indexing here. And the other thing about the indexing is here I am not worrying about the giving the indexing values. So you should keep it in mind that I am not giving the indexing value. I am giving just the items over there, and it is being appended to the list one by one, and the indexing, what is that 0, 1, 2, 3 is given by the Python at the back end. The roll numbers are given by the Python at the back end. I am not worrying about the roll numbers here. Okay, so yes, so this is what we have seen in yesterday's session. And once I get the items from the list, say A of 0, if I get the items from the list actually, which also means I can append or I can update the items inside the list. So here A of 0 is 1. If I update to Dravid, okay, and if I see what is there inside A, instead of 1, earlier it was 1 here. Now I had appended, sorry, I have updated to Dravid here just by using the is equal to symbol. So A of 0 was 1. Now I have updated to Dravid. So like that I can do for every items inside the list. It is called as updating the list. So this you should keep it in mind. This is very much important, and one of the most advantageous point of the list is we can update the list. Okay. So any doubts or any questions?
Sir, can you please
Could you please repeat again?
Yeah, I'll repeat again, but there was one more doubt. Sorry, I couldn't understand.
no, the same one. Can you please
Sorry.
repeat?
Okay, I'll repeat this. So if I have a list, okay, so if I have a list of say B is equal to, I have declared a list like Virat, then Sachin, and then Dravid. Okay, so now I've declared the list over here, and inside this list, there is Virat, Sachin, and Dravid. Okay, so now what I wanted is, since I don't want Dravid inside my list, I want Ganguly inside my list. Okay, I don't want Dravid inside my list. I want Ganguly. Okay, how to do that? Okay, so one of the ways, delete this Dravid and then append Ganguly to the list. Okay, one of the roundabout way. But what I can do is, Python gives us the advantages that I can update the list without any roundabout at whatever the point it will be there. Okay, so it is like substituting a player in the cricket. So we have an impact player here, right? So whenever the cricket is IPL is happening, what we can do is, whenever we don't want any cricketer and we wanted some other cricketer in place, we can update him. Instead of Virat Kohli playing, there is one more Yuzvendra Chahal playing inside the team. Similarly, here we can do that. Okay, so what I will do, instead of Dravid, what is the index of Dravid here?
2.
2. So now if I say B of 2, it is Dravid. Now if I say that I don't want Dravid inside my list, I want Ganguly inside my list. Okay, so now I have just said B of 2 is equal to Ganguly. Now if I see what is there inside this B, instead of Dravid earlier, there is a Ganguly.
But it will not change in the front. It will
Sorry?
happen in the back, right?
Sorry, it is?
It will not change in the code. It will happen in the back end, right?
No, it will change inside the list only. It is not happening anywhere. It is changing inside the list only. So it is removing the Dravid and placing Ganguly inside that list.
Okay.
So okay, what it means? I have a basket and you have sapota, pineapple, apple over there. What you will do? I don't want, you say that I don't want sapota. You remove that sapota and put a watermelon inside that basket. And where did this Dravid went? It has been deleted. It has been removed from the memory. I hope you got the point. No?
Yes, yes.
Yes. Okay, cool. So one of the major advantage of a list, or I using the list, is I can update the list whenever I want, and it exactly is updated wherever I want it. It is not like, okay, I have removed Dravid and then put Ganguly. It is not one. It is not in the place of one. It is not in the place of two. It is exactly at the third item wherever I am removing and placing there at exactly same place. It is being placed over there. Okay, so this is called as updating the list. The next advantage of a list is I can append to a list. Okay, what I wanted, I don't want to delete any items. So currently in the B, I have Virat, Sachin, and Ganguly. Okay, so now what I wanted to add one more player over here. Okay, so whose name is Dhoni. I wanted to add Dhoni to the list. How can I add Dhoni to the list? I don't want to remove anyone. Okay, so now to in the analogy, right? I have the basket, I have apples, I have pineapples, I have watermelon now. Okay, now I wanted to add dragon fruit over there. Okay, how can I add a dragon fruit? I'll take it from the counter, I'll place it there. Correct? So now here, where it will be placed is the main question. Okay, so now I have 0, 1, 2 inside my list. I wanted to add Dhoni to my list. Where can I add, or where it will be placed inside the list? Is any thought process for that?
Last. Insert.
Okay, in the last item it will be added. Correct? Okay, we'll see that where it will be added. But where it will be added, but how should I add it? So there is a method in Python called append. Okay, so there is a method in Python called append. How can I append it to a list? So b dot append append. I wanted to add Dhoni to the list. Okay, so now what I will do? I will see what is there in B now. You can see earlier there was Virat, Sachin, Ganguly. Now I have Dhoni added to the list. Where it is being added?
Last.
Last. So this is the one of the most important interview questions. If you append to the list, where will the appended items be placed? Okay, if you append to a list, where will the appended items be placed? So the answer would be the last item. After the last item, it will be placed. Okay, why it is placed at the last item? Because this is structured in such a way that once you have a pile of books placed, okay, so down is 0, up is 1, 2, 3, and if you wanted to add one more item, so you are appending to the last book. So it is going and placing at the top of the book, the last placed book. So this is the logic behind that. Okay, and this is done by appending. Okay, yes, any doubts or any questions over here?
No.
Abhishek,
Yes.
if I have to remove Ganguly, then how can it be done?
Okay, so there is a method called delete. Okay, so there is a method called delete in Python. So using that delete item, I can delete my items from the list. How can I delete that? So currently I wanted to remove Ganguly. Okay, so it is called del of B. Where is my Ganguly placed now?
2.
What is the index
Two.
of Ganguly? 2. So
Two.
now if I do 2 and see what is there inside this B, the Ganguly has been removed. So it is Virat, Sachin and Dhoni. And if you want to delete the entire list only, you say that I don't want any list, I want to delete entire list, you just remove this indexing, that's it. The entire list will be deleted.
Yeah, hi, this is Ashok.
Yes.
How can we add multiple list items like using the append?
Beautiful.
Is it possible?
Yes, beautiful. Yes, we can do that, but we have to do it in the for loop. There is one exercise we are going to do today. After we understand the for loops, right, we will be seeing that exercise.
Okay, fine. And one more thing, like we will also be able to append in between a particular
Yes.
position, right? I mean, to the index, right?
Yes, so we can do in between the particular index wherever we want, but that is called as inserting, not appending.
Appending.
Yeah,
Thanks.
inserting.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay. Good. Then. So
Hello.
I hope that yes.
Yeah, if at all, I don't want to delete the particular list, but I want to clear everything. So
Yeah.
is there a way?
Yes. Put it in a for loop and use delete. Delete of I.
Okay.
Put it in a for loop. For I in A, delete B of I. So it will delete entire list, but the wherever B will be saved. It will be an empty list.
Okay, got it.
Okay. Yes.
Can you show an example for insert?
Yes, we'll do that now. Okay. So what is this insert? Insert is nothing but I have a list, and inside that list I wanted to add particular items over there. Okay. So now what is this particular items? I wanted to update the list. I wanted to update the list at a particular order. So if it means that it will accept 2 arguments. Okay, so what is this 2 arguments? One is the where I wanted to add. Okay, so where I wanted to add over here and what I wanted to add. So it will accept 2 arguments. One is where I wanted to add and what I wanted to add. So here B dot insert of here 2 arguments where I have to add now. Okay, so I will say 0, comma. Can you say one more cricket player? I'll say Lakshman. Is it right? Okay. So now I am adding a Lakshman over here. Where am I adding Lakshman?
0.
To 0.
Yes. So 0 means what will happen now?
Instead of, okay, Virat will go in 1 position, Lakshman will go in 0 position.
Yes. Yes. So it will be moved sideways. So now, if I see what is there in B, in the 0th position, Lakshman is added. Virat is at the earlier he was in 0th position, but he is in the first position now. Sachin is one place above. Dhoni is one place above where he was there earlier. So insert will accept two arguments. One is that where I wanted to add and what I wanted to add. But here inside the append will take only one argument, which is what I wanted to add. But what is happening in the append? In append, it is only adding to the last item. So we are not giving any indexing for that. In inserting, we are giving here. Okay, I hope no doubts, right?
No.
Yes, good. So if there is no doubts, then we'll get into the next part, which is called as dictionary. Okay, so dictionary. So what is this dictionary for us? For a normal people, what is this dictionary means?
To refer to get the meaning.
Yes, beautiful.
Contains vocabularies and meaning.
Yes, yes. So it's containing a vocabulary, or it contains what I wanted to look for. So now, how are the items inside the list placed? Inside the dictionary only. Sorry, inside the dictionary, how are the items placed? I have an Oxford dictionary with me, very famous dictionary. How are the items placed inside that dictionary?
It will be related.
Yes, so it is relative, and also I have the word and the meaning for it. Correct? I have a meaning called what is this? I have a meaning for apple. I have word for apple, and then meaning of that word. Correct? I have a
Yes.
meaning called running. Then I have a meaning for that running. Word called running and meaning for that running. So it is having the key and a value pair. Same analogy, same technique is there inside the dictionary. So what is there inside the dictionary? Dictionary in Python is nothing but it is having a key value pair. Okay. So how do you write a dictionary? It is very easy, like we are writing for a list. Put it in a flower bracket. That's it. So whenever Python observes a square bracket, Python will assume that I am writing a list. Whenever Python sees a flower bracket, Python will assume that I am writing a dictionary. Okay, so how do you identify a dictionary? Dictionary is identified by flower brackets and by key value pair. Okay, so there are two things inside dictionary: flower bracket and key value pair. These are the more important things inside the dictionary. And what is this key value pair? So like the dictionary, in the Oxford dictionary, I have run and the meaning for that run. So similarly here, I have one. For the benefit of the understanding, I have Sachin, 10, Sachin. I have 20, Dravid. I have 30, Ganguly. Okay, so now if I see what is there inside the dictionary, you can see that here is a key value pair. There is a key value pair. Okay, so now what is this key value pair? Key is the index of the list. Okay, inside the Python, I was not giving any indexing. I left it to Python that, okay, you give indexing of your own. I will not be worried. But here in the dictionary, right, I can choose my index. I can give whatever the index I wanted to the dictionary. Okay, and values also can be anything. Okay, it means that whenever I call for a dictionary list, whenever I call for an index inside the list, what I was calling here. So here I was calling for B of 2. There was Ganguly coming, right? Why, if I call B of 2, Ganguly was coming?
Because it's the index value where Python understands by itself.
Yes, because the index value of Ganguly is a 2, and that 2 was given by you, right? No, it was given by Python. This 2 was given by Python on the back end. It has said that okay, Ganguly is there, give 2 for him. So that 2 was given by Python. But here the value of Ganguly is 30. And who has given this 30?
Me.
Developer has given, yes, you are given the value of Ganguly. So now whenever I wanted to call for Sachin, what I will do, I will say C of 0. If I say C of 0, the output will be key error. Why is the key error coming? Because why is this key error coming? Because inside the dictionary, if I give 0, it will look for indexing 0. If at all there is an indexing 0, if at all there is an indexing 0, then it will give the value. But since there is no indexing called 0, it has given a key error, meaning that there was no key called 0. Okay, so now if I give 10, the output is Sachin now.
Abhishek, sorry to interrupt. I have one query.
Yes.
So in place of key, we can also use the string value, right? Apart from inputs. Yeah.
Yes. You can use string, you can use float, you can use the integer value, but it should be the key.
Okay.
Okay, and same thing applies for the what is called values. It can be anything, not only the strings, it can be anything. You can do vice versa also.
Okay. Can you give one example with string to string or like
Yes.
string integer? Yeah.
Yes, we'll do that. Dictionary of Sachin, I'll say God, and then I'll say Dravid, I'll say wall, and then Ganguly, I'll say Dada. Okay, so now I have declared a dictionary where only string items are there. Okay, so now if I wanted to call for God, what I will do? I will call for Sachin. God will come.
Okay.
Yes. Any other doubts or any questions?
Can we go with vice versa? Like if I call
Yes.
God, will Sachin names pops up?
No, it is possible, but it is not really straightforward, because I have the value for key, but if I put the value for God, I will not get the Sachin, because you are calling for the values. So inside the dictionary, if you wanted to look for the keys, it is very important, very easy, because you will go by the alphabetical order. But if you look by the values, say for run, it is said that pace walking would be there. Okay, if you start looking for pace walking, it will be very difficult for us to find. Correct?
Yes.
Yes. So same thing is here, but it is possible.
So what if you want? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Actually, Abhishek, if you want to call multiple key values, how to do?
Yes, multiple key values, as I said in list, you put it in a for loop.
Okay.
Okay, so in Python, it is very easy to understand. Whatever you want to do, multiple things again and again, if you wanted to do, if you think that is the iteration way, then it is the for loop. By default, it is the for loop or the while loop. I mean, it is there for every programming language. I'm just giving an idea that if you wanted to do it iteratively, then put it in the loops.
Okay, Abhishek.
Abhishek,
Okay.
I have another doubt.
Yes.
Sachin is an indexed key term, right?
Yes.
We have we want to use a code to that?
Sorry?
Quote, single quote, you have inverted commas, you have assigned
Yes.
for Sachin.
Yes.
Is that mandatory?
Yes, because I am declaring a string. If I said in the first session only, if there is no inverted commas, then that will be taken as the
Variable.
variable. Correct? Yes. So now I don't want to declare the variable because it is a key value. You can declare the variable inside the values, not in the key.
Okay.
Okay.
Abhishek, if you
Yes.
wanted to change a pair for Sachin means, how can I change it?
You want to you meant updating, right?
Yes, yes. It's if I
Ah.
want to change the god to some other for Sachin.
Yes,
That
yes,
particular-
we'll do that. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll do that. That is the next part. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Any other doubts?
Yeah. Good morning, Abhishek. Actually,
Yes.
that C10 you have declared there, no? You search value for C10. Instead of flower bracket, why you have used like square bracket?
Yes. Yes. Beautiful observation. Why did I use the square bracket? Because I'm declaring a dictionary which is in a flower bracket. So here I am doing the indexing of a list. Sorry, I am doing indexing of a dictionary now. So irrespective of whether it is the list, whether it is the dictionary, or whether it is the tuple, I will be using the indexing for I will be doing the indexing using the square brackets. Whether it is in the pandas library also, whether it is the array, whether it is the whatever it is there, while doing indexing, I am using the square bracket only.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Cool. Then so now what I will do. So now there was a doubt saying that I want to remove this god. Okay. So and I wanted to place it with what I will do. I'll replace the Sachin with great. Simple. Now I will do what? Sachin is equal to great.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So any other doubts?
Yeah, hi Abhishek.
Yes.
Can we give numbers on instead of the great wall and data?
Yes. You can do that. It is just replacing the god with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or whatever the numbers you are here.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
What
Can
if-
we use up? Yes. Sorry.
Can we remove one particular pair, like key and pair?
Yes, we can do the same. Delete. If you delete key, automatically value will be deleted.
Okay.
Okay, like we did here. Yes, so we can do appending also. That we will be showing now. You can do appending and updating, which we did here, which is appending. Sorry, updating. Now appending. How did I do appending inside the list? I did use a keyword called append, and it will be used. Okay, and what is happening in the where is this append? Yeah, what is happening in this append word? Append I used and I added Dhoni. Dhoni was added to the last item. So now, what is this last item? Because inside the list there was indexing given by the Python, and Python knew that there is only 3 values over here. So whenever I wanted to add append, it was appending to the last. Okay. Similarly here in Python, what is happening? So here appending to the last item. So what I will do, D of I will say Dhoni is equal to cool. So now if I do this and see what is there in Dhoni, Dhoni is appended to the last item. But what did I write a code over here? Okay, so what did I do is I created a key value. Instead of using the appending, there is no appending keyword for dictionary. Okay, so now what I did, I created a key for Dhoni and then I explicitly added a pool for it. Okay, so now this is explicitly appending to a list.
Okay.
Okay.
Abhishek, can we change this indexing value also? We can replace.
Indexing we did, no? Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. So now, if there is no questions, I have a question here. Okay. So now, what I did, we will get back to our numerical example where I for the
This
easy
we have
purpose-
changed the value of this only, not indexing. Sachin has not changed, so the value of.
Yes. So you wanted to change the key. This is key value pair. Okay. So now you wanted to change the key value, right? The value of key. Instead of Sachin, you wanted to put something Abhishek, right?
Yes.
Okay, no, that is not possible. Once the key is declared, that's finished. Because if you have a key for your home, will you change the key?
No.
No, you will not change the key. So why that key is needed, or why that key you are not changing? Because that is the identification of your home, and that key will not be used for some other's home. Similarly here, if I wanted to change this key, first of all I need to get the value of key. Okay, and if I get what is there inside that key, then only I can change that. Okay, and it is not recommended to change the key, because key is the identification what I had given.
Okay.
Okay, it is not recommended, but you can do that once you get the what is there inside that key, and that is not a very straightforward process. It is a roundabout coding. Okay, so now coming
Hello,
elaborating from, yes, sorry.
Once in a dictionary, is there key value something like Ganguly 1, Ganguly 2, Ganguly 3 is there. If we
Yes.
want to call that key value contains Ganguly,
Yeah.
I want the list of wherever the Ganguly 1, Ganguly 2 is there. That
Yes.
one is whether it is possible to take that one.
Yes.
I don't know whether exactly that key value that
Yes,
contains
you
a
don't
key.
know the you don't know the key value, but what you wanted the iterative process.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Now, what I said about the iterative process? Put
For
it in the
the-
loop. Yes, that's it.
Abhishek, I have one query.
Yes.
So what if this dictionary set of contents is same, does contains any duplicate keys?
Yes, I'm coming to that only.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. So now there is a 10, there is 20, there is 30. Whenever I call for 10, Sachin is coming. Okay. So now what I will do, I will say 10 of Dhoni. Okay. So now what I'm doing, I am creating the duplicate of key value. I am creating the duplicate of key value. I am repeating again. I am creating the duplicate of key over here. So whether there can be a duplicate inside a dictionary, this is one of the most important interview questions. You should say, no, there can't be any duplicate value inside the key. What happens? The next following question would be, what happens if there is a duplicate? Now we are going to see what happens if there is a duplicate. Okay, so now what is happening inside the answer? If I had created the duplicate of key, now I had the output. What is happening inside this list? Sorry, inside this dictionary.
Sachin is replaced
Instead
by
of Sachin,
Dhoni.
Dhoni is coming.
Yes, instead of Sachin, Dhoni is printed. So what is the what you should say as the answer here is, there can't be any duplicate for the key. If at all there is a duplicate, then the last updated item, the last value of the key would be updated. The last value of the key would be updated. So Sachin was declared first, and then it has been replaced by Dhoni because the keys are same. Okay, so this is one of the most important interview questions. And there can't be any duplicate for keys, but there can be a duplicate for values. Okay, how? So now I am declaring 40, and here I am saying Sachin. Okay, so now you can see that Sachin is here and here also. Like example, that inside a class of 30 people, the roll numbers are not repeating, correct? Have you seen inside the class a roll number of 2 people remaining same? No, right? Roll number of 2 people will never be same. But the names of 2 people will be same. Inside a class, there can be 2 Abhishek, but roll number of them will be different. Do you agree with me or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Similarly here roll number cannot be saved and it will never be saved. If at all it is saved, then it will be updated by the last item and the values can be saved. It can be duplicated because it is just the values. Okay, so any doubts or any questions, everyone?
No.
Yes. Okay, cool then. So if there is no doubts, we'll be getting into one more important collection, which is called
Hello,
as
Abhishek.
yes.
In the Dhoni is equal to cool, we are placing at the last place, right?
Yes.
In the
Yes.
last. If
Yes.
you want mid of the list or first of the list, then what we have to do?
Yes. So in dictionary, as like in the list, we can't place it in the wherever we want because inside a list there is indexing in the integer way. Okay, so in the integer way, what is the value of integer? After 0, 1 will come, after 1, 2 will come, after 2, 3 will come, and there can be middle over there. But here inside the dictionary called D, there is no middle at all. Why? Or how can you say that after Sachin, Dravid only will come? Or after Dravid, Ganguly will come? Or after Ganguly, Dhoni will come? There is no way of arrangement.
Okay, thank you.
One more doubt in using a key value when we print, can we print more than one value in dictionary?
Yes. So if you are saying that instead of,
for example, Sachin and Dravid, I can print together.
Yes, you can print together, but you have to put it in one of the collection, either inside the list or inside the dictionary.
Can you show that one?
Okay, so now I will say Sachin and Lakshman. Okay, so now I had put it inside the list. Okay, so now this is what the value of 10 is Sachin and Lakshman. And if I say what is in the C of 10, you can see it is the list.
Another way I asked, for example, the value of 10 and 30, whether I can print together.
You wanted to, yeah, 10 is
Sachin, for example, only Sachin. And 30 is only Ganguly, whether I can print together both to index value of the two.
Yes, so now, sorry, yeah, go on, sir.
Actually, she's asking to print the two keys at the same time.
Yes, you want, yeah, I got it. I was answering that. Yes, so you can print the two values at the same time. The thing is, what you wanted to do is you wanted to put a comma, then a C of 30. So here Sachin is also there, Lakshman is also there, then Ganguly is also there. Okay. Yes. Cool. Yeah. So the last item inside the collections is
one more doubt. Is key?
Yes.
Is key can be any data type?
Sorry.
Is key can be any data type like list?
Yes. Yes, I have answered earlier that key can be of any data type, whether it can be an integer, whether it can be a string or a float value. It can't be the list or the dictionary. Key can't be list or the dictionary because you need to have only one key to your home. You can't have multiple keys which can open your home.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So now this is very important, which is the tuple. Okay. Some call it as tuple, some call it as tuple, but I will be pronouncing as tuple now. So now what is it? Yes.
Can we have complex as the key?
Yes. You can have complex as the key. The main idea here is you need to have only one item for your key, not the multiple items, not the collections.
Abhishek,
yes.
Can you scroll it up a little bit?
Sorry?
Can you scroll it up a little bit up?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so in terms of getting two key values at the same time, like Sachin, Lakshman, and it's in the list, and also Ganguly, right? So what if we want only the like the values without any list symbol or something like bracket? We can use this star symbol up front, right?
Yes, you can do that.
Okay, can you try the method once?
Yeah, I want you to try that because I'm in the shortage of time. We have to.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So so tuple we were discussing. So this is one of the most important collections over here. So now there are three collections which we are going to study. One is the list and a dictionary. So now what is the difference and similarities between the list and the dictionary?
It comes with just a bracket.
Yes, it comes with. Yes. Okay. Cool. Any other perception?
It comes with different key value. In dictionary, we can assign key value. In list, it's default. It is given indexing.
Yes, beautiful.
We can have the values as integer, boolean, and strings and all.
Yes.
In list, list we can changeable. In tuple we can't change.
Yes. Inside the dictionary and list is list. I have the square brackets. In dictionary, I have the flower brackets. In list, I just give on giving the numbers or whatever the values. The indexing will be given by the Python. But in dictionary, I should give the value of the indexing, or I should give the both the things I have to do over here. So now two things are also done. One is Python giving, one is I giving. Then what is the other type of collections we are going to study, which is tuple? So this is one most important thing in the developing, because in list I can update or append the things. Correct? So in list of dictionary.
Sorry to interrupt. Only one thing in this dictionary, only all the key values we can print. Any option is there, like we give D means all the key value and values are coming. No, instead of this, only key values I want to print.
You can give keys.
Oh.
And print of keys.
Here print is needed.
Yes.
That is the one doubt. Some places we are using print, some places we are not using.
Yes.
Why? What is that?
Because it is giving the when you are just giving the what is that called, variable, then sometimes it is giving the address in which it is printed. Okay, if you say that only if you are giving only the variable, sometimes only the address is being printed. That is because the way in which it is updated at the back end, it is a little bit scattered one. So you have to put it in the organized way and you have to put it over there. Okay, so that print or any other formatting techniques will be used there.
Just give that print keys. We will check. Print D dot keys.
Okay, please can you do that and then let me know what is the output. We are in the shortage of time. Yeah, okay, cool. Yes, so yeah, we were discussing about the tuple. So here in tuple.
Sorry, I will say before going to tuple, if you remember, can you tell the tuple, integer, string, and boolean values? Because we are starting from the basic, we may not be aware of those things. So it will be better to understand if you can tell integer is numbers, string is text, and the boolean is true, and like that. You can if you tell us now, it will be better to understand. I think.
Okay, so that I think we have done in yesterday's session, but okay, we'll do that again. In the Python, right? We are basically using few important terminology. One is the Boolean. Boolean means only two values would be there, whether it is a true or false, black or white, gray or blue. Only two values would be there. It is represented by true or false in Python. Where there are only two values, it is called as Boolean. And integer. Integer means a whole number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that is called as an integer. And the other one is the float. Float means where there is a decimals like 1.2, 5.7, 6.8. So there is a decimal that is called as a float value. And whenever there is an integer, whenever there is a inverted commas, and inside inverted commas there is something, whatever it is that we are not worried. But whenever there is an inverted commas, that is called as a string in Python. Okay. Yes. Okay. Cool. Then so inside the tuple, there is one important concept which we have to understand, which is inside the list we can update or we can change. We can update or we can append or we can delete the items whenever I want. Okay, wherever I want, I can do that. But inside the tuple, we can't do that. Inside the tuple, we can't do the updation, we can't do the deletion, we can't do the appending also. Whatever the tuple is declared, it is declared, and we can't change anything at any point of time. So that is the one of the most interview questions. What is the difference between a tuple and a list? So the answer should be the list is mutable and the tuple is immutable. Immutable is I can't change whatever I do, I can't change. Once the tuple has been declared, I can't change. Okay, then how can I declare a tuple? So tuple can be declared by simple common brackets. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I declare this tuple, I can't change whatever I want, whenever I want, however I want, I can't do anything. Okay, it is declared, it is declared. And then how can I get the items from the list? Very simple. It is 0. I am getting the items. But if I try to do the updation, like f of 0 is equal to 1, if I say 10, there is an error coming up, which means tuple object doesn't support item assignment. It means once the tuple is declared, I can't do anything. You can do indexing, you can do slicing, that's there, but you can't do the appending or the updation of a tuple.
Abhishek,
Yes.
sorry for interruption. So,
Yes.
so right now the f variable is a data type of tuple, right? So
Yes.
if you wanted to change anything, update anything in the value of
Yes.
f variable, we can change data type from tuple to list, and then we can do the
Yes, you can do that.
Yeah.
But once it is declared as tuple, you can't change anything.
Okay, got it.
Or you cannot update, you cannot delete, nothing can be done. It is same only. Okay, and tuple should be declared.
Same tuple can we change to list? Any possibilities there?
Yes, we can do that. That we'll be doing now. After a few theoretical concepts, we'll be seeing how can I convert this tuple to a list. Very easy, that is. We'll be doing that. Okay, so now after declaring a tuple, I can do indexing, I can do slicing, I can do any extraction process, but any updation process, any deletion, no, I can't do that. Why that is required, or why that is there inside the Python? Because we had a list where same thing only, instead of common braces, there is a square braces. Why there is a need of tuple over here? Because there are few times by mistake I would have updated, by mistake I would have deleted, because there is a lines, 2000 lines of code. I don't know whether f is a list or not. So what I do, I just f is equal to 1 I will do, and then I will continue writing my code. But if I do that, earlier there was a list, then it would have updated to 1. So to overcome that, so whenever I wanted to place something important like a password or like a username, like when developing an application, if I wanted to store f is equal to a password, then I can store inside the tuple and I can do, or the rate of change of currency, something and all. If I wanted to put where it is not changing at any point of time, then I can put it inside the tuples and I can use this. Okay, now for some reason I wanted to change. Forget that changing inside the tuple, we can't do that. But there is a roundabout to do that. What is that and how can I do that? It is a simple list of f. That's it. So what am I doing? I am typecasting, or I am changing the data type of a tuple only. Earlier there was a mango. Just by adding a cover to that mango, I have converted that mango to the apple. Okay, so now what I can do? I can do f of 0, which is 1. Now if I say f is equal to 10, I can do that. Oh, sorry. G is equal to list and G. Yeah. So now what is there inside this G? This is there inside the G. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5. What I've done? Earlier, I declared a tuple where I couldn't change any values. So what I did, I changed the value of the tuple only. I changed the nature of the tuple only to the list, and then I updated the items. Now, simple tuple of G. It is converted back to the tuple. Okay. So any doubts or any questions?
From list to tuple and tuple to list is possible, but we can't do the same with the dictionary, right? Because it's not contains any like key or pair. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. 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 Any other doubts or any questions?
I ask about the print, no, that some places where I'm not getting that answer. When the print is needed or when the print is not needed.
Okay, so by default, we can use the print. Okay, so now, like when you're developing a correct software application, their print is needed. Simply for practice, we are not using the print over there. Okay, but when we are not using the print and it is giving the some random numbers, right? That random numbers is called as the address in which it is stored. Okay, so that random numbers is the address in which the answer is stored, and inside that address, right, the output is not stored in the correct way. So it is not stored in the correct way, meaning so numbers are scattered here and there. It is not there inside a collection. We have to put it inside the collection and then bring out the output.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So any other doubts?
Abhishek, sorry to ask again. What is it? Come again? I didn't get it actually properly.
Okay. So if at all you are using a variable as a print statement and you are getting some random output like 1, 2, 3, 10, 15, 16, some and alphanumeric numbers are printed. Okay. So that alphanumeric numbers are the address in which output are stored. Okay, so every variable there is an output and there is a memory location. So the address of that variable is being printed over there. Why the address of that memory location is printed? Because the output inside that memory location is scattered here and there, and it is not there inside a collection. Why it is, if I just give G, it is giving the beautiful answer. Why it is able to give beautiful answer? Because everything was inside a list. So it is able to drag the output and put it over there. But sometimes when it is in the alphanumeric or when it is scattered, right, it is not able to drag it because everything is in the cluttered format. So we have to put inside the collection and then drag the output.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Cool. So if there is no doubt, we'll take a short 5 minutes break. Once we get back from the break, we'll be seeing about the loops and then how to write a conditional statements in Python.
Abhishek, we have one set, right? We have still set, right?
Yeah. We have from 10 to 11. One more set. Yeah. 1 hour.
Okay.
Abhishek?
Yes.
I am having a doubt. Like tuple, if anything we want to protect in dictionary, like we should not amend anything in future, what we can do?
You can't do that inside the dictionary.
Oh.
because you are able to access everything. If you are able to access everything, you can change anything.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it is better to put inside the list tuples key in one, like you can do that, but there is a roundabout. The roundabout is keys in a separated tuple, values inside a separated tuple. Okay, and later you can append these two together to get the dictionary.
So will you show that to us right now, like after the break?
Sorry?
Like, will you show this keys and
No,
keys in
this is up. This is up to you for an assignment. You try this as
Okay.
the assignment,
Yeah,
and probably next week, if you are not able to do that, then I will try.
Yeah, sure.
Yes. Okay. We'll go on a short break. Currently, the time is 9:58. We'll return by 10:02, and we'll take the things forward. Okay. We'll come by 10:02. I said that we can addition a chunk of code again. Okay, cool. Super. So if there is no doubt, we'll directly get into the little bit deeper into the Python, little bit deeper into the coding concepts. One is called as the loops. Okay. So loops means whenever I wanted to execute a condition, a chunk of code again and again. Okay. Whenever I wanted to execute a chunk of code again and again, I said that we can do it in the loops concept. Okay. So now we will see that loops concept now. Okay. First of all, what is this loops concept? Loops is nothing but a concept where I will be executing the code again and again using the piece of Python code. Okay. But what is this loops inside the English language? What do you mean by loops?
Repeated task.
Yes, a repeated task again and again. Whenever I wanted to do, I will be using the loops. There are two types of loops in Python. One is the for loop. The other one is the while loop. Okay, so there are two loops in Python. What is this? One is for loop. The other one is while loop. So why there are two loops? Because you might say that, okay, Abhishek, there is a condition. There is a chunk of code I want to execute again and again. So why there is a loop? Basic principle is same. But the thing is, when to use the for loop, when to use the while loop is the condition. So that we'll be seeing at the end of the this loops concept. Okay, so in loops, there are two concepts. One is the for loop, the other one is the while loop. We'll get into detail one by one. Okay, so whenever you wanted to execute a chunk of code again and again inside the Python, you can use the for loop. For an example, if I have a print statement like Abhishek, it is printing only once. So now I wanted to print this Abhishek 10 times. How can I do that? You will be saying that, okay, Abhishek, use this, print this statement 10 times and execute. You will be getting the Abhishek 10 times. Correct?
Yes, that's a manual way.
That's the easiest way. The other thing is I have to write the code 10 times. Okay, I have to write the code 10 times and then execute. The easiest way is put it inside the loops. Put it inside the loops, then we will be able to execute or we will be able to print Abhishek 10 times. That I will be doing it in 2 lines of code only. Okay, so the theoretical concept of the loops is whenever I wanted to execute a piece of code again and again in the iterative manner, like printing the elements of a list. Okay, printing the elements of a list and then separating the elements of a list one by one. So there the operations are inside the loop because I will be doing in the iterative way. So those are the use cases for using the loops. So very simple. We start from a very simple example and very basic example to print Abhishek 10 times. Just a moment, I'll remove the speaker. I'm not able to hear anything.
It's not audible. No.
Is it audible?
It's not. It's not. Is it audible?
No, I'm arranging for a few earphones. So yeah, I got my Bluetooth was not working clearly. Okay. Just a moment. I'm clearly audible or there is some disturbances?
It's okay. It's clear.
It's
Clear
clear.
only, Abhi.
Okay, cool then. Cool then. So we'll start with the thing. So now how to write a for loop in Python? As I said in the earlier session, very easy to write anything in Python. Start with whatever I say. Okay, I say to write a for loop. Similarly here, for I in range of 10. For I in range of 10, print Abhishek. So it will print Abhishek 10 times. So what I did, I written what I am saying. So for I in range of 10. So what it means, for 10 times, you have to run the loop. For 10 times, you have to run the loop. What is that loop running and what should I do inside that loop? Inside that loop, you have to print this. So for 10 times, you have to print this. Now, what is this range? Range is a function in Python. What it will do? It will allow me to create the numbers from 0 to 10. It will allow me to create the numbers from 0 to 10.
Abhishek, just a small doubt.
Yes.
So the first Abhishek, it starts with 0, right?
Yes. First Abhishek starts with a 0. I'll print the I also here. So whatever is happening over here, it is happening between 0 to 10. Okay, so this range will allow me to create the numbers 10 times. So now what is that 10 times? From 0 to 9, it will create. Okay, and then inside that 10, earlier I was printing Abhishek. So for first iteration, what is the value of I here?
0.
0. So for 0, whether 0 is in the range of 10? Yes. So it is getting into the loop and then printing. Second iteration, the value of I is 1. So it is allowing it to get into this one. And at the end, 9th iteration, is 9 is in the range of 10?
Yes.
Yes, it is there. So it is allowing it to print. So the next time, 10 is not there inside this range, so it will not allow to get into this loop and then exits the loop and says that I am done with the loop.
Abhishek, so you're using I in range, right? So I is considered as iteration. That's why you use
I is considered as an iteration, and it is not compulsory to use I. It is an unwritten rule in Python or any programming language that we will use I. You can use whatever the strings you want.
Okay.
Okay. You can use J, K, or Abhishek or Virat Kohli, whatever you want, you can use as the string.
Okay.
Without the inverted commas. Without the inverted commas.
Okay. Just a random string.
Yes.
Got it.
So instead of I, you can use Abhishek in the place of Arian.
Yes. Only characters we should use, that too without the inverted commas. Whatever you want, you can use.
So it's just like a condition what you're applying in the first line for I in range or something. Okay.
So this is not the condition. This is the range. I know that only this many times it should print.
Okay.
Okay. So this is the range wherein I have to print. This keep it in mind, because while writing the while loop, this is important. If I know the range at which I have to run a piece of code, then I will be using the print statement. Sorry, for loop. Okay, so this is with the print statement. Now the range will allow me to get the numbers from 0 to 10. So now if you say that, okay, Abhishek, I don't want the numbers from 0 to 10. I want the numbers from 0 to 20. What I should do? So you should just use 20 here. Now you can see the numbers from 0 to 19, which is basically 20. Okay, so the next time you say, okay, Abhishek, I don't want the numbers from 0 to 10. I want the numbers from 2 to 10. Okay, so that also we can do. So range function will accept two arguments. One is the starting number. Second one is the ending number. So what is the starting number? From where the iteration should start, from where the numbers should start. Okay, so that numbers is from 2 to 9, 2 to 10, 2 to 8 if you wanted to put. So 2 to 8 also you will be able to print.
Abhishek, I have a question.
Yes.
So before print, you have left some gap, right? Some
That is
space.
important. Yes.
I actually tried without the space, so it was giving error.
Yes.
So after giving space,
It
then
executed good.
yeah,
Yes.
it's running properly. So is it mandatory to give space in loop or in anything?
Yes, I was coming to that. In Python, the loops are the list. This spaces is mandatory. So that spaces is one tab. You print one tab. Or you press tab button once, that spaces is very, very, very much necessary. Why? Because there are two reasons. If you observe this condition, if you observe this chunk of code, I have nowhere used semicolon. I have nowhere used the flower brackets. Okay. So when will the Python come to know that these are the pieces of code it should execute inside the loop? Okay. So for that reason, we are giving the spaces. So if I give the spaces, like if I give the spaces and write anything over there, So it will assume that these are the pieces of code inside the loop. But if I don't give any spaces, Python will think that, okay, this is not the piece of code inside the for loop. This is a separate line, it will think, and at the end it will print.
Okay, any specific number of spaces that we have to give?
One tab.
Just one tab, is it?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, and if you are writing the code in Python, right, or any IDEs like the Google Colab or the Jupyter Lab, Jupyter Notebook, you don't need to give the tab. So just like I have deleted everything for I in range of 10, and you give colon, and as soon as you print enter, right, it will automatically give the tab here. So you can start writing whatever you want. If you just press enter, it will leave the tab and it will get into the place where you should start writing the code.
Actually, I'm not clear with this. Can you please talk?
Can you be a bit louder? I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, actually, I'm not clear with this. Actually, I and all, because I have, as you said, we can use any alphabet here instead of I.
Yes.
So I have used B, like for B in range 10, print Abhishek. So it gave me like 11 times Abhishek.
Okay, can you share your screen?
Sorry, I'm using another lap for.
Okay, so can you send me the code? I'll just type it over here.
Like print Abhishek. Sorry, for B in range.
For V.
B.
Okay.
In range,
Okay.
10.
Okay.
Print Abhishek.
Okay. This one, right?
Yes. Instead of V, like I use B for ball.
Okay, B, right? Okay. Is this the output you're getting?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then it's the same output. Okay, cool then. So now what I've done, if you say that I wanted to print from 2 to 8, you can do that because range accept two arguments. One is the starting number, the other one is the ending number. So it will start with 2 and end at 8. And also the range function will accept 3 arguments. Range function will not only accept 2 arguments, it will accept 3 arguments. What is that 3 arguments? First is the starting number, ending number, and then is the how much numbers I have to skip. Okay, so if you say that I want to print the numbers from 2 to 20 and I have to skip 2 numbers in between. So what it will do, it will start from 2 and then skip 3, 5, 6, 7, like that. Every second number it will skip. Okay, every second number it will skip over here. If you say that I want to skip 3 numbers in between, so every second and third number it will skip over here. So 2 it will print, 4 it will skip, 2, 3 and 4 it will skip. So every third number it will print over here. From 2 to 20, every third number it will print.
Abhishek, how about strings? Can we use this in string also?
Yes, we will be using string and we will be using list also. Just a moment. We'll finish this and we'll get into that.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Cool then. So this range will accept 3 arguments from starting number, ending number, and what is the numbers it has to skip. So this is the output what we are getting. Okay. And for the range 2 to 220, so it means that it will start from 2, end at 20, and then it will print the numbers. So 2 to 20, it will print the numbers. So this is the way how I am writing the loops in Python. For loop here, for I in the range of Abhishek, for I in the range of 10, print Abhishek. So it is printing Abhishek 10 times.
Sir, I am having one doubt. Actually, how it is creating a new line for each output? If we need output in a single line, horizontal line, now what can we do?
Yes. So if you want to do a single line, you can just type print. You don't need to use the loop. Print Abhishek into 10. Sorry. Okay, so this is not possible, but you can do that without using the for loops only. And we generally don't recommend use in a single line. And how it is getting into the next line is because after it has printed this line, the next iteration is 2. So this will become the new print statement, which will be in the second line.
So it's not possible to have it in a single line?
It's possible you can do that. Instead of
How to do it?
Sorry?
How to do that to get it in a single line?
Please try that once and let me know that if you are able to do that. Okay, so there is a question over here. I mean, if I type 1 in 3 position of range, if I used to skip, what if I am not getting this question? Can you reframe the question and ask me? Okay, yes. So now this is the for loop, how I will be writing the items iterative way. So there was one question which says that I wanted to pass through the integer. We can do that. For example, I will declare A is equal to Sachin. Okay, so now what I will do, I will iterate to the items and write the items one by one. Okay, so for I in A, print I. So what it is doing, it is getting into each and every integer. It is getting into each and every items inside this string. So for the first time, the iteration I will become 0, which means the value of 0. The value of 0 inside the string is yes. So it is printing yes. So for the second iteration, the value of I will become A. So it will print A here. Okay. Yes. So any I hope you got this one, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Abhishek, just one thing, like can we remove the word print and so that I can get the output? I mean, the same example what you know we are highlighting, the for I in A and print I, right? So, and you also said that by default in Python we use print, right? And is it possible, like without typing the word print, can I get the result?
So can you be a little bit louder? I couldn't hear you actually. Sorry.
What I need to say, what if we can remove the word print in that for I in A, print I. So now we got the value here. So I mean SACHI, right? So I'm saying,
yes.
Can we remove the word print? And
No,
is it a valid thing?
No, you will get a syntax error. You can't do that.
Abhishek, someone asked about the mentioning everything in the single line, right? So we can actually after colon just give some space and print whatever you want. It's working.
Yes. I said that it is possible. I just wanted you guys to try a few things so that if you get an error, that is well and good because you're trying few things.
Yeah, I tried it and it's working fine. Yeah.
Okay.
How is that?
Yes.
Yeah, can you tell me how is that?
Okay, like for example, like for I in range bracket 0,10 colon, give some space in the same line. Give some space and then mention like print whatever you want. Everything in a single line.
Okay.
Okay. So this is with
You can repeat once again.
For I in range bracket 0,10. So here you can mention anything you want in the bracket, and then colon space print whatever it may be, like Abhishek or your name. Yeah, try with it. There should be space between colon and print.
Can you share your screen and show that code how it works?
Okay, so right now I'm in like using multiple screen. Okay, let me connect with single screen and then share my screen. Okay. Okay, let me know once my screen is visible. Abhishek, it's asking for, you cannot share your screen while other participant is sharing.
Yes. Okay. Now.
Your permission is needed.
Okay, so now it's visible, right?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the way. So this is what you asked, right? Everything mentioned in a single line.
No, the
the output should come as single line either. That's what I was. I think you have tried like
Prakash, you have tried the loop. Okay, so it is coming one by one, right? For 10 times your name.
Yes.
So we wanted to next. Prakash and next again, Prakash, next again, not
He is asking in single row.
Then you have to append it in the list and then you have to print it. Then it will be coming side by side.
Okay, you're asking about in a horizontal way. Okay. Okay, so let me try that. Okay.
Okay.
So let me try that.
I have actually tried it. You have to append it in the list and then you have to print it.
Okay.
Okay. So in the benefit of time, can we continue with the concepts?
Abhishek, I have a question for you. So I tried the same for I in A, print I. Okay, so I'm getting the previous one because before this I tried with my name. Okay, how you tried with like Abhishek or Sachin that you had tried. So I had tried with my name. Okay, but when I put this code, the one which I was using previously, the city names,
Yes.
that one it's getting printed.
Yes. Which is correct. So what you have to do is, before executing a line like I did here, I declared A is equal to whatever I wanted. I wanted Sachin. So I declared that. Then I started writing the for loop.
Okay. Got it.
This range is not required for this printing the variable
Range is
value.
not required. Why? Because Sachin is a fixed item which is having 6 letters.
The variable has 6.
Yes, 6 letters. So it will execute for 6 times, then it will come out. But earlier in the print statement, I was printing this 10 times. So that 10 times didn't have the ending and starting. So that should be given by me. Whenever you wanted to print a few things, n number of times, then you have to give the range. But whenever that printing is not required, because I was depending on this A, I was depending on this integer, I was depending upon the string. So during that time, I no need to give the range function. Okay, so it also goes well with the list over here. Okay, so now I have a list called B. So now what is there inside this B? Inside this B, there is Virat, Sachin and Dravid. So same code I will write for I in B, print I. So it is printing one by one. Sachin and Dravid, Virat, Sachin and Dravid, it is printing one by one. So at the back end, what is happening is, at the back end, it is doing the indexing one by one. So someone asked me a question yesterday that they wanted to print everything in a single line. Okay, so for which I said that using the for loop, we can do that. So this is the way, how can I do that for a list? So whenever you use I in B, it will get into every single index and then print it out. Okay, so this is the for loop over here. Very simple, very easy things. For loop means whenever I wanted to run the chunk of code for a few times, then I will be using the for loop. Okay, so any doubts or any questions?
Can you elaborate the last example? What was happening at backend?
Yes. So this index, this list is there. How to extract, how to print out the first item?
B of 0.
Yes, B of 0 will print the first item. So now what is happening over here is, here B, Python will know that B is a list and I will be accounting for the indexing of that list. I will be accounting for the index of the list. So for the first iteration, the value of I, by default, it will be 0, correct? So now what is there in 0? B of 0? Virat is there, so it will be printed. So now what is there in the second index? Sachin and Dravid will be printed accordingly. And next, since I have not given any range function, for this items only it should run, or for this interval only it should run. So it will come here for the third item. So for third item, it is not there inside the B. So this will exit the loop and come out. It will gracefully exit the loop and it will come out.
Why is this I is there? I want to know actually.
I is a placeholder.
Okay, it should be like mandatory. Anything not I, like anything I can give, right?
It can be anything. It
But
need not
it should be
I.
there. Like
Yes.
one alphabet should be there, but not like constant value. Anything we can put there.
Yes, yes.
Thank
It
you,
is
thank
just like the X is equal to unknown. Okay, if someone says X, it means that it is unknown. Similarly here, I means iterator. And there is no rule that I should use X for the unknown. We have just declared X is equal to unknown. That's it. Similarly here. Okay. Yes. Any other doubts?
Abhishek, can you repeat why we are not using the range here for in?
Yes.
You have written the code for in, sorry,
For
for I in B.
Print
Yeah.
I, which means that during this loop, during this list, this loop will run. After it has exhausted the list items, then it will come out. Since I am depending on this list to print the items, I need not to give range. Similarly, here in Sachin, I was depending on the variable to print out the items. I don't need to give the range.
Oh, so like if there is a single
Yes.
index or a single string, so you have to write range, so it repeats itself, or
No,
it gives it
not a
separately.
single array. Here, the problem statement here is, I have a word over there and I need to print that word 10 times. I need to print that word 10 times. That is the problem statement.
Okay, okay, got it.
Okay, here the problem statement is I have a list, then print out that list one by one. So if I have a list, then that list would be having some limiting number, maybe 1,000, maybe 10,000, but
So
some
in simple words, like if you wanted to repeat something, you can use it range. If you don't want it to repeat, you just want the values from that list to print, then no need to use range.
correct.
Okay.
Okay, so the next one is the while loop. Okay, so very interesting loop this is. Why it is a while loop? Very interesting, because the name itself is a while loop. Okay. So now, when do you use while in your English language? When do you use your while?
When it satisfies first condition, then the other condition will work.
Okay. Okay. Use while in your English language. I'm saying in a statement you use while.
When we combine something while going to school, I used to visit temple. So
Yes,
we,
beautiful,
yeah,
beautiful.
when we combine two activities in one as a one, right? We use while. I mean, in a typical English language.
Yes. It's not two activities, the single activity which is performing. Like,
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
can you give me the book while I am in college? Okay, what it means, I will be in college from 9 to 5. In that duration, can you give me the book? What will happen if you give me the book after I leave a college? Because I will not be there inside the college. So there is a condition which has to be satisfied. Okay, there is a condition which has to be satisfied. What is that condition? In the college, that is the condition. So inside the while loop, you have to write a condition. Like, for an example, number is equal to 2, and while number is lesser than 5 or lesser than 10, print high. So it is getting into the infinite loop. You can see that it is still executing, right? It is still executing. What it means? It means that it is still on executing. Now, can someone explain me what is the logic over here?
It's lesser than.
Yes,
Less than.
There is no increment value.
Yes, beautiful.
2 is always less than 10.
Yes.
Increment is
Number
not
2 is always lesser than 10. So until and unless the computer is alive, I throw up a computer somewhere, this will be running. Okay. So what I will do, I will use the increment. What is that increment? Number is equal to number plus 1. Okay. So now what this will do? Sorry.
Number, yeah.
So this will print the number few times. What it is happening here? So I said that there should be a condition over here, until and unless number is lesser than 10. Until and unless number is lesser than 10. So now what is the value of number at the first iteration? The value of number is 2 and it is printing high. 2 is lesser than 10, correct? So it is printing, and the next line, number is equal to number plus 1. So what will be the value of number here? 3. So the value of number will be updated to 3. So now in the second iteration, the 3 is lesser than 10. So it will get into this condition and the number will be incremented again. So this will happen until the number 9. Number 9 is lesser than 10. It will print. So next line is number is equal to number plus 1. The value of number will become 10. So 10 number is not lesser than 10. It is equals to 10. So it will not get into this condition.
Abhishek, can you please repeat it again?
Yes.
What is the concept of this while loop?
Yes, I will do that. Just a moment.
The while loop condition, the bracket is not required here, like other languages here.
No, for while loop or for loop or in any concepts in Python, flower brackets is not at all required until and unless it is dictionary.
No, the condition also usually number less than 10 also we are not giving parentheses. It's not.
I am not giving the brackets for this condition because there is only one condition.
If more than
If
one
at all there is
condition,
multiple condition, then I will be using the brackets.
Okay.
Like and if it is there in between or is there in between, then I will be using.
Last time, like we use number equal to 2 while number is lesser than 10, then print high. So how many times it will print high?
Yes. So how many times the from 2 to 10, the number is lesser than 10, it will print high.
Like
Okay.
I have tried it, like keep printing high like that. It's not ending.
Yes, because you have not given this condition.
Okay.
Correct? Because always number is lesser than 2. Number 2 is lesser than 10. So it will be getting on printed.
Okay, got it.
Okay. So the thing here is, I'll explain the code again. So the number I had created as 2, the value of number is 2, and I need to write a while loop for that. So what is that while loop? So the loop here is until and unless number, if it is lesser than 10, until the loop should be going on executed
1040.
until and unless the number is lesser than 10, you start or execute this loop. Okay, so you start on executing this loop, which is number, print this number, and then in the next line, increment the number. Okay, what will happen if I don't increment the number? Which means that if at all you are executing, always the number value will be 2 only, and it is lesser than 10. So until and unless your battery goes down, this will be executing. So there is a condition which has to be satisfied. So there is 2 loops. One is for loop and while loop. What is the difference between these 2 loops?
Can you give a different example instead of put like x is equals to 2?
Yeah, you can write that. Okay, so there are 2 loops. Was there any doubts? Okay, good then. So there are 2 loops. One is the for loop, the other one is the while loop. When to use for loop, when to use while loop. So for loop will be used whenever you know the iteration, how many times you have to run. So if you know that iteration, here I wanted to run for 10 times, here I wanted to until this numbers are there, until the length of the list. I know the iteration. If I know the iteration, during that time, the loop will run. So for that, you should use the for loop. If you don't know the iteration, but if you have given a condition like while I am there or while number is equal to 10, print that number. So if you have a condition to be satisfied, until and unless a condition is satisfied, execute the loop. Until and unless a condition is satisfied, you can execute the loop. So during that time, you can use the while loop. Sorry? Can you be a bit louder?
Okay. 650 500 அம்மு கீழ இருக்குன்னு நினைக்கிறேன் பாரு.
Okay, cool. So any other doubts or any questions?
Yeah, Abhishek, I have a doubt.
Yes.
So Abhishek, regarding that for I in a range.
Yes.
So you have initially you have given for I in a range in the bracket you have given 10. So
yes,
the number is printed from 0 to 10.
Yes.
And next you have printed I mean the range has been set as 2 to 8. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
And then when you are printing the 2 to 8, it is printing only 7 times. Sorry,
yes,
6 times, not 7 times. because I mean my question is from 2 to 8 it is, I mean when I'm counting it is 7, but only the name is printing 6 times. Why it's
Yeah.
so?
Just a moment, I will write over here. Okay. So, right?
Yeah. So if you are
Yes.
counting it 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yes.
Wait, hold on.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are there. Yes.
6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So if you are counting it 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Until 8 it is 7 count. But
Yes.
it is printing only 6 times. Why
Yes.
so?
Why so? So that you should answer me, because that we have seen in yesterday's session also.
See,
Last
if you
value
are
will be n minus 1, right?
no, hold on. So if you are giving only 8, it will count from 0 to 8, then it will be 7. Okay, until
So
0 to
one
7
second,
it will
I'll execute. I'll like. So now, what is, how many counts are there here?
8 counts.
8 counts are there. Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. So now, whether I am giving 8 here, is it printing 8?
No, it's printing 7, but when you are counting, it will start from 0 to 7.
Yes.
Right.
It is starting from 0 to 7. So what is the count here? Can you count me how many are there?
8 counts.
Okay. So 8 counts are there because I am not giving the starting number. Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. So now if I am not giving the starting number, it
will start from 0. Okay, I'm
it will
getting
start
that
from 0
point.
only.
Yeah,
It will
I'm
start from
getting that
0
point.
only. It will
But
start
when you
from
are giving, but when you are giving the starting number as 2 or 1, let it be 1 to 8. Let it be 1 to 8. So you have given the start number as 1, and the end number is 8.
Yes.
But still it is printing only 7.
Yes.
Yep. That's my question.
No, I didn't really understand the question actually, to be frank.
Abhishek, the question is it considering the position from 1 to 8? I mean, let's say position 0 is a number 1 position, right? Or the numerical number, it's considered as numerical number 1.
Okay.
Because yesterday you have shown the list we have used, right? The position, the first in the flower bracket, whatever we used first time as considered position 0.
Yes.
Is that like that? Because this question 1 to 8, it should be 8 times, right? When I'm counting the number in hand, it is coming 8.
Okay. So are you, one second. I got your question. I'll answer that. Okay. So now if you are giving the start, if you're not giving the starting number, it is stopping until 8. It is stopping until 7, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But the count remains is 8.
Yes.
Okay. So now what I will do, forget this 0. Forget this 0. What I am doing, I am asking it to print from the number 1. So it is forgetting 0 and it is assuming number 1 is the first number. So now forget 0. How many items are there now?
It's 7.
Okay, correct?
Abhishek, Abhishek,
Correct.
you can copy the same code and show it in the another cell. So that's why, in that way, you will understand.
Okay, so now this is the same thing. And okay.
No,
so
hold on. Yeah. I'll. So, so this is meaning it's meaning the position only. I understand in that way only, because the 8 count is not meaning the count. It is meaning the position from 0 to 8. So which means
what
it will count
what
from
is the
0
difference what is the difference between the position and a number here?
Yeah. For example, if I'm printing 2 to 8, it will print from the position of 2 to 8. So which means there will be only the 6 counts, not 7.
Yes.
Abhishek, I asked the same question yesterday. I think, when you run it, it will always end one number before.
Yes. That is
And
what. Yeah.
yeah, and you can do this with string, and also you can show, for example, if you're, can this also be applied in string?
We did that earlier.
So
Yes,
when
yes.
you put
Make
like
change
apple,
it like
orange, kiwi, so if you run for 3 items, it will stop in orange. It will not give you the result of kiwi. It will always stop one item before,
Yes.
right?
Ah.
This is my understanding. Is it right?
Yes, it is always n minus 1, irrespective of programming language, any programming language.
In string, the Sachin, everything will be printed, no? That
Yes.
maybe it's a null
Yes.
character. Last will be the null character. Maybe.
Yeah.
In string, we didn't mention any range, right? So it will print everything.
Okay.
Okay. I hope we are in the last part of the session. I think we are already started the doubt clearing session. So any other doubts or any questions?
Abhishek, what is the conclusion, Abhishek, for this the point we are discussing? So if we give any range from the say 1 to 8, then it will print only 1 to starting from considering 1 as a 0, and then indexing 1 as a 0, and then it will